And breathe out fully through the nose. Soften your eyebrows, your lips, your cheeks, your jaw. And every breath in, open a little bit across the lungs. So you are reaching your air towards the front of the lungs and the back of the lungs, to the sides of the lungs and to the low lungs as your diaphragm moves up and down. On your breathe out, pull the air out, lifting the pelvic floor up. Breathe in, find expansiveness across the rib cage and into the belly. And on breathe out, engage the belly, engage your core a little bit. Exhale fully. You can think about intention for your practice today. And let's together establish the intention to feel the can-do attitude. To start positively this morning so that we can feel powerful to achieve whatever we would love to achieve this weekend. And let's keep this can-do attitude during the practice. Open your eyes, reach your left fingers to the left side and slide your right arm over the ear line. Lengthen the side body, but keep both sitting bones equally on the mat, also the right sitting bone. Stay straight through the elbow. And now try to open it a little bit, so heart looks up. And look up through the eyes. Long breathe in, full breathe out. Settle your right hand behind you, behind the head. And then keep this hand behind the head as you lift yourself up. On breathing, look up, open the chest. On breathe out, tuck the chin towards the chest and round the spine. Head down, empty. Breathe in, climb back up, unroll your spine, look up. And let's switch to the other side. So right fingers to the right and left arm over the head. Side body lengthening. Use your breath to deepen the stretch. It's like you are breathing to the left side corner of your lungs. Open it a little bit, rolling the chest open. Look underneath the right arm, or maybe even forward of your right arm. And then left arm, and then place your left hand behind the head. Lift yourself up. Take your right fingers behind you, lift your chest up, roll your heart open, and on breathe out, tuck the chin and round the spine. Roll down and empty. Breathe in, climb back up, and this time place both hands behind your head. Interlace the fingers, lean back. 3 more breaths here. Express the openness across the collarbone. Point your elbows wide open. Imagine that your heart has a drishti point and you point your heart heavenward. And this time take a look forward, stretch your fingers forward. Interlace the hands, round the spine as you push the palms of the hands forward. Take a big exhale here. Breathe in, lift your arms up, straight your spine. Breathe out, make a big circle with your arms backward, a huge one and slow one. Then interlace the hands behind you and pull your shoulder blades in as you open the chest. 2 more times this way. Breathe out, interlace the fingers forward and round the spine, tuck the chin. Breathe in, lift your arms up, lengthen. Breathe out, a big round in your arms. Interlace the fingers, Breathe in, shoulders back, open your heart. And last time we go. So take the hands forward, breathe out, round the spine. Breathe in, arms up, long spine. Breathe out, big circle with the arms backward, a slow exhale, very good. Interlace the hands behind you, breathe in, open. And this time as you breathe out, relax the hands forward and step into all fours. Let's start to warm up the wrist before we will bear some weight on them. So take a walk with your fingers to the outside. Maybe you can even point your fingers towards your knees. And then walk your fingers to the inside. Maybe as well you can point your fingers towards your knees. Once again, point your fingers to the outside, make as many little steps as you need to, and this time try to keep the fingers pointed towards the knees. If this is difficult, walk your hands closer towards your knees. Tuck your toes under and lean a little bit backward so that we can stretch our forearms. Keep on breathing. And then point the hands forward. Let's do some cats and cows, but we will add some legs. So on breathing, open the chest and pull your heels towards your glutes. Shoulders away from your ears. On the breathe out, press the tops of the feet down, cat pose, but lift your knees slightly above the mat and round the spine. 2 more times like this. Breathing, open the chest, heels to booty, open the chest. And as you breathe out, push the ground away. Really hollow the front body, lift your knees. 1 more time we go. Keep on breathing with fluidity. Equally long breathing. And equally long breathe out as you lift your knees, engage your core. Then drop your knees down. Shift your weight forward so that your shoulders are above your wrist, and slowly try to place your hips and belly at the same time down. So bend the elbows, yes, perfect, and lower down. Take the fingers to the outside of the mat, and let's do 3 rolling cobras. On breathing, roll your cobra up, and on breathe out, relax your chest, neck, and forehead down. 2 more. Breathing. Press your pubis bone down, press the tops of the feet down, and then breathe out, lower down. 1 last time, breathing, engage your glutes and legs. And breathe out, roll down. And let's try something new. Let's extend the left arm a little bit in diagonal way to the left and slightly backward. We will roll to the left hip, to the left side body, bend the right knee and check. Can you touch with the right foot to the left hand? If this is not happening, just keep on reaching the right toes towards the left hand. Or maybe you can find your foot. You can bend the left knee a little bit for support. Exactly. Keep on reaching if you cannot touch, and if you are touching, take 3 more breaths wherever you are. Slowly roll back onto your belly, and let's try same thing to the other side. So right arm slightly backward and to the right, and then roll to the right side body, bend the left foot, and try to find the foot by the right hand. You can bend the right knee a little bit for support. Hold it for 3, 2, and 1. Come back to the center, roll onto your belly, hands underneath your shoulders. Press the ground away, lift up for tabletop, tuck your toes under, exhale, downward facing dog. It's our first downward dog, so move it around. Soften one knee and then the other. Press a lot through the fingers. Equalize your breath. And then make as many steps as you need to get to the top of the mat. No rush. Breathe in for halfway pose. Breathe out, fold down, nose towards your legs. Breathe in, rise up, press your toes down, lift your straight spine up. Exhale, hands through the heart, and then release your arms down, Tadasana. We will do kind of sun salutation, but opening the hips with Malasana a little bit. So step your feet as wide as your yoga mat, toes pointed out. On breathing, take your arms up, lengthen. On breathe out, squat to Malasana. Keep your spine straight if you can. Let's hold it about 5 breaths and try to equalize the weight on your feet, equally between your toes and heels, equally between the outer edges and inner edges of your feet. Keep the inner arches lifted, strong feet, and one point of focus, drishti. Take your hands down in front of you and step only the left foot back, point the right toes forward. So you are in lunge. Stay in lunge with right knee forward and let's rock it forward and back a little bit. Opening through the right leg, forward and back. 3 more times, so it's 5 all together. Just waking up through the legs so they will be working more easily for us during the practice. And after 5th, press the hands down, step to the plank pose. Firm your plank pose. Spread the shoulder blades away from each other. Press the heels backward and then lower down. Maybe it's still on your knees. It's just the first chaturanga. Breathe in, open to the cobra, shoulders away from your ears. Exhale to downward facing dog. Stay for about 5 breaths. Every breathe out, keep vacuuming your belly so that the belly button drops in towards the spine as you breathe out and the pelvic floor, the lowest part of your belly, lifts up. We started in Malasana and we will finish in Malasana, yogi squat. So bend the knees a little bit, look forward and either step or bounce your way forward towards the hands. Bravo. Find your straight spine, breathe in. As you breathe out, press your feet down, lift your hips high up, stand up. Breathe in, arms to the heaven. And let's stay in motion. Breathe out, squat again to your Malasana. This time hold it for 3 breaths. Try to express the open heart here. Shoulders down, long spine. Head directly over your neck, so in the center, above your neck. Then drop the fingers down, step the right foot back, point the left toes forward to the lunge, and start to rock forward and back, front and back. It's your movement in the morning, so don't go into the rush, be respectful, step by step. After 5 times, press your hands down and step the left foot back, find high plank. Exhale, chaturanga, maybe this time a full chaturanga. Perfect. Breathe in, open up, don't rush out. And breathe out to downward facing dog. Press your shoulders towards your ears to elongate the outer shoulders. Remember, downward dog is a push, so you can lift your shoulders towards the ears. Press down through the fingers, heels away from the sitting bones. Point the sitting bones way high. And again, we will move to Malasana. So take a look forward, exhale, bend the knees a little bit, inhale, step or hop outside your hands. Come back to your squat, long spine. Inhale, as you exhale, tense your glutes to stand up, squeeze the booty. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, this time release your arms alongside your torso. Feet hip distance apart. Take the hands onto the waistline. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold down. You may bend your knees if you need it. And hold your elbows. Sway a little bit right and left. And after a few moments here, take your fingers onto the ground. Find halfway lift, but with the fingers in front of you. Exhale, hands to the waistline. And inhale, climb all the way up. Reach your heart up, reach your elbows backward. And then release your hands. Let's try to find our first longer sequence. We will start in chair pose, so either feet together or feet hip distance apart, and try not to direct your knees to the inside. It's called the valgus line when the knees goes to the X shape. Always try to keep your knees parallel, and it will help you to engage your glutes to do so. So, scratch the ground with the fingers, keep your knees parallel as you lift your arms into the chair pose, cinch your ribs in, engage the glutes, and it will be easier to engage the glutes by magnetizing the toes towards each other and heels away from each other. So imagine without moving your feet that you are trying to touch the toes towards each other and heels away from each other. Feel engagement in the legs. And then drop your fingers down and step only the left foot to the back of the mat. Drop your left knee down to the ground. Circle right arm forward, up and around. Touch the back of the left thigh or left glutes. And lift your left arm up. Keep sending your chest away from your hips. Press the right heel down and back. Lengthen your breaths. Let's move to half moon pose. If you need, catch the block. Circle the left arm forward and down, and the right arm a little bit more forward than the right foot. You can hold the block or not if you don't need it, and find the half moon pose. Exactly. Bravo. Find the drishti. Try to open through the left hip. Look down if you feel unbalanced, or if you feel ready, try to look a little bit more to the left or maybe even up. And slowly to eagle pose. Take a look down, close your left hip down, and without touching the mat, direct the left leg forward, cross the left thigh over the right, bend the right knee, and take the left arm under the right. You can cross once or twice. Lower your hips a little bit more, keep the belly tucked in. 3, 2, 1. Uncross your legs. Don't touch the ground with the left foot and step the left foot to the back of the mat. Slowly try to make the movements with control. Place the left toes down at the back of the mat. Ground the left heel down and circle your arms into warrior 2. Point the right kneecap to the same direction as second and third toe. Hands reaching away from each other, and you keep your low ribs exactly above your pubic bone. Drishti to the right, Rosin, to the right, exactly. Engage your legs by magnetizing the heels towards each other. One more breath. Straight the right leg, open the left toes to the outside and move to Skandasana side lunge. It can be half side lunge with fingers on the floor or full side lunge with left knee fully in the flexion. Hands together, side lunge. No need to rush anything. Listen to the signals of your knee. If you need to stay higher, stay higher. Maybe you can pivot your chest towards the ceiling to the right. Right toes up. And keep your neck soft. Then place your hands down, Trikonasana, but on the left side. So lift your bum up, point the left toes to the left, right toes a little bit to the left as well. Take your left hand either to the left shin or keep it on the ground and take the right arm up. I think it will be better to keep the left hand on the shin. Try to stack your right arm over the left. So there is one big line through the arms. And when you look down, you would love to see your left foot below your head. And if you are much more forward with your head than your left foot, try to hold your shin a little bit higher, but lean back. Yes, Rosin, very nice. One more full breathe in. Exactly, Evan. And then climb back up. Let's move to the goddess pose. Open your toes to the outside, heels to the inside. We will strengthen a little bit here. Bend your knees, send the hands onto the thighs. On your exhale, sweep your right arm to the left, over your head. On the inhale, both arms up. Keep your goddess legs. Exhale, sway to the other side, to the right. And then come back, inhale through the center. Keep moving like this from side exhale to the center inhale. And we have about 3 more rounds to each side. Keep magnetizing your heels towards each other to strengthen the legs. Exhale to the side, inhale to the center. Exhale to the side, inhale through the center. One more each side. Center as you inhale, exhale to the side. Center as you inhale. Very good. Full acceptance to straight the leg right now. Release your hands down and point both feet to the front of the mat. Find high lunge. And hold your elbows with opposite hands. Express the openness across your chest. You can even lean slightly back. Engage your glutes. And especially the left glutes. Open the front body. And we will finish in twist on the floor. So take your fingers slowly forward. Slow motion. Arms down towards the ground. Slide your left knee outside the right heel and sit it down. Find your both sitting bones on the ground. So once again, from the lunge, we are sliding our left knee outside the right heel and we find ourselves seated. It's called Ardha Matsyendrasana, seated twist. If this is not comfortable, sit higher on the block or uncross your legs so that the right foot is outside the shin. This is also cool. Breathe in, left arm up to the ceiling. And breathe out, hug the right knee in, look behind the right shoulder. Refine your breaths. And slow it down a little bit. It was a tough sequence. So take this twist to ease it up a little bit, to refine your equal breaths. Come back to the center, take a contra twist to the left side, drop both hands to the left and round the spine. You can even touch forehead towards the ground on the left side. Breathe in, come back to the center, roll back up. And with your left fingers, left hand, try to hold the outside of the right foot, left hand, right foot, exactly, and maybe extend it a little bit to the left. Maybe a lot if you can, and then twist to the right, reach the right arm to the right, look behind the right shoulder, squeeze the right sitting bone down to the ground. It will change a lot in the feeling. And let's clear it out with vinyasa. So if you like, you can move through cross-legged position to the plank pose, or you can sweep your legs behind you like this, seated, and move to the plank. Inhale. Exhale, lower chaturanga. You can do it easier on your knees if you wish. Breathe in, open, exactly, shoulders away from your ears like this. Exactly, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Take 5 breaths here. And before we will move to another sequence, let's strengthen our arms. Take your forearms down, right forearm, left forearm to the dolphin pose. And now join the hands together. So it's like a prayer hands. You can stay here for 5 breaths, or let's try 5 times to tap the nose towards the thumbs. So as you exhale, nose to thumbs, and then come back to the dolphin. Exhale, nose to thumbs. Inhale, come back to the dolphin. 3 more times, or keep on doing the dolphin pose if this is too much. We have 2 more. Try to tap your thumbs with the nose. And one last time. After 5 times, drop your knees down and take a child pose. Forearms backward, forehead on the ground. Relax your shoulders completely. Slowly roll up. Hands reaching forward. Exhale, downward facing dog. And immediately inhale, step or hop forward towards the hands. Lengthen out, inhale. Exhale, fold down towards the legs. Inhale, lift all the way up, heart up, arms touch. Exhale, hands through the heart. Same long sequence to the other side. Bend your knees to chair pose. Scratch the ground with the fingers and lift your arms up. Check if you can see your toes. And then find the drishti for looking forward. Arms a little bit more backward. Just shift your arm bones. And then release your fingers down. Step the right foot to the back of the mat. Settle the right knee down. Circle your left arm forward, up and around. Touch the back of your right glutes or the back of your right thigh. Reach back with the right hand. Firm glutes, no jello glutes. Really firm up through the legs to find openness and lightness through the upper body. And to half moon we go. So circle the right arm forward and down, left arm forward, and then either catch the ground in front of your left foot or grab a block or piece of furniture and then lift yourself up for a half moon pose. Find drishti, maybe even look up if you feel ready. If not, look down. Keep rolling the right hip over your left hip. Keep opening your chest to the right. Right foot is alive. Hardly matter if it's flex or point, but just keep it alive. Bravo. Gently bend the left knee, close your right hip and send the right knee forward, forward, forward to the eagle pose. Garudasana. Cross the right leg over the left once or twice. Right arm under the left once or twice, also with the palms of your hands. If you cannot cross the palms, cross the back of your palms, back of your hands. Lower your hips a little bit more. Keep on breathing. And uncross the legs, uncross the arms. Slowly send the right foot back. Arms will help you. And then toes touching the mat at the back. Ground the right heel down and circle your right arm forward, up and around into the warrior two. Look to the left knee above the left ankle. Squeeze right glutes by pressing the right heel down to the mat. Engage through the kneecap, engage through the right thigh. Relax your shoulders though. So everything works powerfully here except the shoulders and neck and face. Let them to be soft. Then straight your left leg, open the right toes to the outside and either half Skandasana with bending the right knee halfway or full Skandasana, full flexion in the knee. Always listen to the signals of your knees. They are quite vulnerable places, so you don't want to overdo it. If it's going well, you can connect the hands and look behind the left shoulder, finding some softness in the neck. Truly, it's a big place where we create tension, our neck, our jaw, so try to release it a little bit. Even when you tell yourself to release it, it's better. And then take your hands down, Trikonasana, point right toes to the right, left toes also, like 35 degrees to the right hand on the right shin, left arm up. And rather than holding super low and reaching down with your gaze, try to hold a little bit higher onto your shin, but express the openness. Even roll your chest slightly upward. Find one drishti point with your eyes. Strong legs. Then press down through your feet, lift yourself up for a goddess pose. Point your toes out. This time we will twist in goddess pose. Toes 30 degrees to the outside. Bend your knees and take your hands onto your thighs. Roll your right shoulder to the front. Look behind the left shoulder. Look behind you. Inhale to the center. Exhale, left shoulder forward. Look behind you. One more time each side. Center, exhale, look to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale to the right. Inhale, center. Straight both legs. Point your toes to the left. Find high lunge. Hold your elbows with opposite hands and lean back. If you feel pain in your lower spine, bend the right knee a little bit. Just try to stay long through your tailbone, long through the lower body. With time, as your hip flexors will open, it will be easier to straighten the right knee. But it's more about hip flexors opening rather than overbending in your lumbar spine. And then very slowly point your fingers forward, and take your hands all the way down to frame the left foot. Now slide the right knee to seated position outside your left heel and sit equally on both sitting bones. Inhale, right arm up, lengthen. Exhale, twist to the left, hug your left knee in. And then come back to the center, contra twist. Take your hands to the right and round the spine, maybe even touching with the forehead to the floor. Climb back up and take your right hand to the outside of the left foot, trying to extend the left leg to the right, left arm to the left, or keeping the knee bent, no rush. Do what you can. It's still your body in the morning, and it's normal that we are a little bit more tensed. The body is a little bit more closed, so respectfully using the breath to ease it up a little bit. And let's move through vinyasa. So you can either cross your legs and move through cross-legged position to the plank, or you can just sweep the legs behind you, moving to plank pose, firm your belly. Exhale to chaturanga, elbows above your wrists. Inhale for upward dog, engage your thighs. Exhale to downward facing dog. 3 breaths. Match your long inhales with your long exhales. Now place your knees down. And like promised, we will strengthen our body today. So sit down on your heels. Place your hands outside your knees. And now try to lift your knees towards your chest, staying on your tippy toes, on the top of your, actually on the tops of your feet. Press down so it's like you are doing a cat pose with your spine, shoulder blades away from each other, so it's a protraction in your shoulder blades. Press down and stay for 5, 4, 3, knees in, 2, 1, release. Take a child pose. Forehead down, relax down through the shoulders. Eventually, one day, this one will help us to do the headstand or a forearm stand. Let's repeat once more. So hands outside the knees. Try to lift your knees towards your chest, maybe just a little bit, or high up with lifting your hips for 5, 4, knees towards the chest, 2, 1. This time to forward fold, so untuck your toes and walk your hands back. Hold your elbows and give yourself a nice release in your forward fold, Uttanasana in Sanskrit. And then relax your hands down. One more sequence. It will be for our legs right now. So move to downward facing dog. Lift your right leg up for three-legged dog. Bend the right knee and make 3 giant circles with the right knee. It's like painting circles on the ceiling. Then tap your right knee towards your chest. Allow it to rise your chest as you create space to step the right foot forward between the hands. Lower your left knee down. Take both arms to the inside of the right leg and slide the left knee a little bit more backward for lizard pose. And here you can stay on your hands. You can hold a block or a book and place your forearms on the block. Or if you are very open, you can even place your forearms on the ground. Engage left side glutes, sending the energy forward through the crown of the head, tucking the chin slightly in, and sending the energy forward through the right knee. It's like you are trying to stretch the right knee away from the left heel. And slowly lift yourself up. Straight the right leg. Take the hands on each side of the right leg. But if this is tough, you can always hold a block or 2 blocks. And you can go higher. If the floor is too far away, it's always an option. Or keep your fingers down, lengthen the spine. And as you exhale, take your belly closer to the right thigh. It's totally okay to keep your right knee gently bent. You will get as much from it as you would have straight legs. So it's not a big deal to soften the knee. Think about dragging action through the right heel. So without moving your right foot, think that you are pressing the right heel back. Notice how this will help you to engage the hamstrings. And a little bit for our hip flexors. Bend the right knee. Try to slide the left knee really backwards so you are on the top of your kneecap. Left hand stays down, round the right arm forward, up and around. And maybe that's all as you lower your left hip down, or maybe you can bend the left knee and you can hold the left foot with the right hand. If this is super difficult, the block will help you. By placing the block underneath the left hand, it will be much more easier to reach for the foot. Exactly, Evan. Activate your left glutes. Pull the left heel in and twist through the chest to the right. One more full cycle, breathe in fully, let the chest to expand and breathe out completely. Let go of the left foot and move to pigeon. So use your hands to help you to wiggle the right foot to the left. Right knee is bent. If you are very open in the hips, slide the right shin slightly more forward. If you are not open, keep more flexion in the right knee. Equalize your hips. If you have a lot of room, slide the left knee more backward. Once again, balance through the hips. And when you are ready, lower yourself on your forearms and eventually lower your forehead down onto your hands. Let's hold this king of hip opener about a minute. Learning to appreciate this pose, even if it feels challenging. What is the most important is that you are not moving into the level of pain. So you still would love to challenge yourself, but without making it too much effort. And slowly, let's climb up onto our hands. Let's move to downward facing dog. So shift your left knee more forward, tuck your left toes under and free the right leg backward. Like promised, today we are strengthening, moving more towards the strength of the upper body right now. Breathe in, lift your right leg up. This will be short one. And now place the left knee down, keep your right leg lifted. Let's learn how to do chin stand in step-by-step movements. So here you are on your left knee down, and we will mimic the chin stand by placing our chest and chin down, right leg up, and send the left heel towards your butt. It looks really fancy, and it's not that difficult. Hold it for 3, 2, 1. Lift yourself back up into all fours. Tuck the left toes under and come back to downward facing dog with one leg lifted. Then place your right foot down and let's switch sides. Left leg up, bend the left knee and make 3 giant circles with the left knee, painting a big circles on the ceiling. After the third, tap your left knee towards your nose, allow it to rise your chest up, and then step the left foot forward between your hands, ground the right knee down. Send both arms to the inside of the left leg. Slide the right knee more backward and either stay on your hands for lizard pose or go on your forearms, or maybe forearms onto a block. Sending the energy forward through the crown of the head, through the left knee, engaging the right side glutes, opening through the right quadricep and through the right hip flexor. Walk your hands back, straight your elbows, and then straight your left leg. Hips above your right knee. And if this is tough one, bend the left knee a little bit, lengthen your spine. Always, I prefer you to keep long spine and bend the knee a little bit, because this will teach you how to hold a long spine throughout the daytime. Rather than finding a banana shape with straight leg, it's better to keep long, straight spine. Press the left heel down and back. Point your toes towards your face. Left toes. Then bend the left knee again. Right hand down. Left arm reaching back. You can already grab a block underneath your right hand if you feel that you will need it. And then maybe you can hold your right foot with the left hand. Keep dropping your hips lower and lower down with every exhale. Pull your right heel in towards the glutes. And relax your jaw a little bit. When we try hard, it's usually we direct tension to our face, to our jaw. So let it go. And then release the right foot. Press down through the hands and wiggle the left foot to the right edge of the mat, to the pigeon. So left knee stays open to the outside, right shin towards the right side. Maybe sway the right knee a little bit more backward, equalize your hips. And when you are ready, place your forearms down and eventually relax your head down. Keep your left hip heavy. Allow your breath to teach you how to surrender. With every breathe out, try to let go of excessive tension and melt yourself into the shape, into the asana. And slowly climb back up onto your hands. Slide your right knee more forward, tuck your right toes under, shift back to downward facing dog. And the last strengthening. Think the same on the left side. So lift your left leg up for three-legged dog. Place the right knee down on the ground. Keep the left leg lengthened. Inhale here. Exhale, bend your elbows, chest chin down. Press your right heel towards your butt, left leg towards the sky. Hold for 3. Bravo. Evan, Rosin, très bien. Good job. One more breath. Use your strength to press the ground away. Come back onto your hands and knee. And then tuck the right toes under, come back to three-legged dog. Release your right foot down. Walk your feet to the middle of the mat. And embrace your legs with your arms. Relax the neck completely. We are slowing it down. We are almost at the final relaxation. Allow your head to be heavy. And then release your hands down, bend your knees, and sit down. Hopsa. If it's difficult, you can help yourself with your hands to sit down. Move your hips slightly more forward. You can hold a block between your hands or just make your hands parallel and bone by bone roll down to lie down. Engage your core. Take your time, no rush. Lower body, lower spine, middle spine, shoulders and head as the last one. And when you are all the way down, press your knees towards your chest. Shift slightly right and left. Let's finish with bridge pose, little bridge with arms extended backwards. So reach your arms behind you, place your heels down, try to move your heels as close towards your butt as you can, and then press down through the feet, through the heels, and lift your hips up. Hold for 5 breaths. Squeeze your back body, hamstrings, glutes, spine to open the front body. And release your upper spine, middle spine, and lower spine. Finishing with candle pose. If the candle pose is too much, you can do waterfall legs. So for example, you can slide a block underneath your sacrum and lift your legs up, finding this 90-degree angle between your legs and belly. If you are interested in candle pose, what I really like to do is to take my legs behind and take a bit of time to walk my elbows towards each other and to shimmy my shoulders underneath my body. This way, the arms will be parallel and I will be more on the top of my shoulders rather than on my neck. And then taking time to straighten the legs. If this is too much for you, keep the waterfall legs. Yes, Rosine, you can stay in Halasana. What you are doing is a plow pose, or you can straighten the legs up. It's up to you. When you straighten the legs up, imagine that you are a human arrow straight towards the heaven. Good. Press down through the upper arms and shoulders. Exactly, Evan. This is the job, to take the elbows more in and to be more on the top of the shoulders. Enjoy the breath, drishti on the belly button. And slowly, when you are ready, start to lower. Use your core work to help you. Take your knees towards the chest and bone by bone lower your upper spine, mid spine, and lower spine down. Once again, pull your knees in towards your chest. And as you breathe out, twist your knees to the left, extend right arm to the right. You can cactus the right arm, bending the elbow 90 degrees, finding the final twist. Move back to the center. Rebalance yourself at the center, knees towards your chest, and then knees over to the right, Left elbow to the left. Keep the left shoulder heavy. Come back to the center. Sleeping butterfly. So spread your knees out, toes together, legs a little bit like a diamond shape. One hand onto your heart, the other hand onto the belly. Close your eyes and start to receive your body through your hands. Receive your breath through your hands. Soften whatever is tensed, your face, hips, legs. Soften your shoulders down, make them heavy. And if you are ready, you can move to Shavasana. If you love this pose a lot and you would like to stay longer, stay here. Or straight the legs already. Legs a little bit wider than the hips. Actually as wide as you love them. Allow your toes to splay out. Hands either on your belly and heart, or maybe open your palms towards the ceiling. The open hands, it's a nice gesture because it means receiving in yoga. So exactly at the end of the practice, it's time to receive our practice with all the benefits, to absorb. Keep your eyes closed. And the most important is that you feel comfortable here. So place your hands in the way that it feels lovely. Find openness across the shoulders. Sometimes it's nice to press the elbows a little bit down to the ground to open across the torso a little bit more. Shoulder blades in. And as we are in this morning energy, let's remind ourselves our mantra for today. To keep our mind in can-do attitude. Staying positive about the things we are about to achieve today. Look at your body, look at yourself a little bit from the bird's eye view and see how your body starts to relax more and more. Relaxing again your forehead, eyebrows. Relax your eyes. Allow your eyes to melt towards the eyeballs. Relax your jaw, your mouth, and even your tongue. Express this can-do attitude even throughout your body. Whatever your mind says to your body, the body will listen and it will relax more and more. Relax down your shoulders, arms, hands, each finger, and relax your upper body from the upper ribs down to the lower ribs. Every breathing relaxes more your belly. And then relax down through your hips, legs, all the way down towards your feet. If your mind is super active and you find lots of thoughts moving across your head, express also the can-do attitude to make your mind more peaceful. Observe it and gently, without forcing, without pushing, allow the thoughts to go by, to pass you by, to sink into the ocean of your mind. Every thought is like a wave, it comes and goes. I will hold you here for about 2 more minutes. Enjoy those 2 minutes. Stay aware and observe. When you are ready, start to wake up, moving your fingers and toes, wrists and ankles. And then the bigger movements. Stretch your body. Take your time to make your way to seated position. So that we can finish together with the hands crossed on the heart. Bow the chin gently down. And truly try to express the can-do attitude not only on your yoga mat, because you already know that you can practice in the morning, you just did it, but also the positive can-do attitude throughout the Saturday and Sunday. So keep this Zen energy to fulfill you. And then saying Namaste to you. Namaste Rosin, Namaste Evan. Thank you a lot.